in 6th grade. And so I'm sure a lot of us here probably have pets, some don't, and that's okay. And I'm sure at one point or another we have had the idea, how cool would it be if we could talk to animals? But we all know we won't be having casual conversations with these furry friends anytime soon. We can't communicate with them. Or can we? Pause for the dramatic effect. A couple years ago, I got my first pet, a dog named Teddy. I remember throwing a ball for him. I threw it. He chased it for a while, and then he lost track of it. I decided to lend him a hand, so I pointed at the ball. He picked it up and ran off. And I didn't notice it at the time, but I was using a language called gesturing. Just by a simple pointing motion, I was able to convey information to a dog. I was able to tell another species, look, there's the ball. And we never take into full account how much we can tell another species or person just by our hands. There have also been several studies done that show that some dog owners can understand what certain dog barks mean, and same with cat owners. If you were to ask me what language was before I looked into it, I would have turned to you and said, shouldn't you know this? But if you actually look up language online, the first definition reads, the system of human communication, either spoken or written, consisting of the use of words in a structured or conventional way. And you may stop there. You may think that you have your answer. But if you look at the second definition, it reads, the system of communication used by a particular community or country. You may notice this does not specify humans or animals, and it also does not specify written or spoken language. So what do you think of when you think of language? A person writing a book, talking, a dog barking, cat meowing? There was a story that made the news when it was revealed that there was a dog who could understand over 1,000 words. He knew the names of all his toys, and he knew many, many tricks and commands. So this story inspired me. I decided to run my own experiment with my own dog. I placed 2 toys in front of him. One was a yellow plush emoji toy, and the other was a stuffed lion. I put the first toy in his face and said emoji to him. Then I put the lion, and I said lion. I repeated this process many, many times, and when I told my dog to find emoji, he amazingly went to the correct toy, and he took it. Then he did the same with the lion, and when I threw a stuffed dog into the mix, he continued to succeed. So what does this mean? It means that we can communicate with other species and people, but just not in the way that we're used to. Another major aspect of language is our body language, the way we sit, stand, walk, and run. It can tell a lot about how you're feeling and what kind of person you are, and even your confidence level. Body language is also used very often, and if you know how to read it correctly, you can be more self-aware and more aware of others. And another aspect of language that ties very tightly to body language is your tone of voice. The way you speak can tell also a lot about how you feel and what kind of person you are. For example, maybe when talking to a baby or a puppy, you might use what is infamously known as the baby voice, where you sound like a chipmunk that crossed with a babysitter. Who's a good boy? Or maybe you talk like someone with sanity. And the tone of voice can tell a lot about how you're feeling at the moment and let others know what you want to tell them. So I want you to take everything I've said into account. Words, gestures, body language, and tone of voice. If we can incorporate these in our everyday lives, we can build a new society, one that not only includes people but also animals, and that can help us build stronger connections with our pets and other people. So I'd like to challenge all of you, even if you don't have a pet at your house, try to use this with others. Try to really use language to be able to convey information that you want them to know. And who knows, it may be the key to talking to the person or the animal that you never thought that you could. Thank you.